Hey guys, John Lexi here, back with our blind playthrough of... No, that's wrong. This is not a blind playthrough. This is a react. This is a react video. And if it seems weird that I'm... Well, obviously my camera is normally higher up here, but I'm looking down because I'm looking at myself. So this is a react video to a Hollow Knight any percent no major glitches run by Fireborn. This is actually a couple years old, so there are... Don't go, Jack! Do not go! You were in my lap all nice until I started talking and then you ran away. But this was a request, and so that's what we're gonna do. This I actually looked for one through SGDQ, is that it, or GDQ or whatever, because it's always interesting to see some of the commentary in these speedruns, and I actually like watching speedruns, glitchless ones specifically, just because it's really neat seeing the game be completed as fast as possible. So we're gonna watch the whole video because supposedly there's some crazy stuff in some of these glitchless speedruns, and as someone that enjoyed Hollow Knight, I kind of want to see what a true professional is capable of doing. Now, I did move my camera. You can kind of see normally it's in the upper right corner. Now I put it down in the lower right because that way you get to see his splits. Anything else? Check out the video. Go watch this video. Give it a like. Give it a comment. Tell him how cool he is. That's basically all. Just a couple more things real fast before we start the actual video. He's doing it in... Pretty sure this is Chinese, and how I know it's Chinese is because normally they have Japanese uses a lot of kanji. Kanji is from China. You know, Japan actually stole the written language from China in what, 1200 AD, something like that. It was kind of crazy, but Japan uses katakana and hiragana in addition to kanji. So, if you see just all kanji, that's generally China. And I suspect he's doing this because it will save him a couple frames or something. That's what a lot of speedrunners, like for Mario, will use the Japanese versions because for whatever reason it displays the text faster or something. So something like this. Also, his dialogue, or sorry, not his dialogue, his actual speech volume, because I've watched about the first minute just for doing some test recordings of the sound, which it might be too loud at parts. I don't know if I could really help that. He has his sound set up so that the game volume is higher than his speaking volume, whereas mine is a little bit reversed. I always have my volume a little bit higher than the actual media, just because that way you can always hear me over it, not what he seems to be doing, which is in reverse. But who knows, maybe that's how his sound is set up, because he has his controller right here, and you'll be able to actually hear the clicks very very clearly as compared to his voice. So maybe it's just how maybe it's like where the microphone is, or how it's set up. I don't know, but regardless, thanks to the recommendation, or thanks for the recommendation for this. We'll see how this goes. It might be terrible, it might be great. I don't know. We'll see. I'm willing to try a bunch of extra stuff. So with that said, man, I've been talking for like 4 minutes already. What the dick? Let's go. So this is it's about a 40-minute video, but the actual run is 33 minutes and 7 seconds. I don't know how it's calculated. I don't know if it starts from Dirtmouth officially. I don't know. I guess we'll see. It probably starts immediately. So let's go. Hopefully my camera is not blocking too much of the stuff. And there you can see, I really do appreciate when they have their controller set up so you can actually see what they're doing. And so
how's it going, guys?
So this must be I mean, obviously he's a streamer. most speedrunners seem to be streamers as well, because they practice relentlessly. They practice constantly, and I can't even, you know, I have tons of respect for the profession of speedrunning, but it is not something I'm really interested in doing. It's just, I don't have enough time, and I'm constantly sleep deprived, and so I have a hard time focusing when I get bored. And I get bored pretty easily because of the sleep deprivation, so there you go. We'll see. I'm not sure what he's doing there. I mean, he might be pausing to enable his, because a lot of them hit, I think they hit the space bar to advance their thing. So the first thing is Vengeful Spirit, which is... Was that intentional? Looks like Vengeful Spirit, Green Path.
Unmotivated, dude.
Oh yeah, and so also he's got he's got chat up. Wait, is this the first boss?
Thanks for the hoops.
Oh my god. Is this the first boss, so to speak?
I'm feeling good today. Like, a lot better than the last few days, so...
Yeah, so we have...
I like just went live.
I just want to see what this guy's gonna do.
Yeah, what's Axe doing?
You know what I mean? Like... This video, it's on YouTube, has like 500,000 views.
I hope not, Chatty. Hey, Whiskey. I had another one last night, so I'm a little bit scared, but we'll see.
Oh, another one, like maybe another...
I managed not to die yesterday while I was choking Mantis Claw, so that's like an improvement. I only lost a minute. Did not die, though. Just a minute time loss.
Yeah, these guys are... It's a lot of... It's just crazy. Wait.
And I killed literally every Mantis in that last screen.
You can...
That was the best part.
You can run from that battle? That's crazy. Oh, Vengeful Spirit's
Going around is so scary when you have 1 HP.
The upgrade, yeah.
Because, like, when you get to the far right, there's, like, the 2 flying mantises, and there's the one that's on the ground, too.
I have...
And you have to try and get past the one that's on the ground quickly.
I have so much respect for...
While the 2 ones that are flying are coming at you.
For streamers in general, and speedrunners, because, like, they...
Hey, Lashing.
They just... I mean...
I've been streaming a little bit recently, but...
Because they
usually
have to...
I don't stream too much.
They have to focus on the game plus the chat.
Nice, nice.
But, I mean, part of it is, for them, part of it is, it's all muscle memory. A lot of
I've
it.
just been streaming because of the, hotfix. That's pretty much it. Oh no. Voice reveal.
Okay, he knocked him up into the spikes. I figured he'd shoot the Vengeful Spirit thing at him. Oh, but he's saving it for this.
Oh no. And he spits in a terrible spot.
Yeah, I assume it's Chinese so that you could skip
That's
the
what's
dialogue
next
faster.
here. That's next.
All right, next is Green Path.
Like, I kind of actually want to see if it's possible, but it's gonna be, like, if it's a 2-minute run, I can make it look impressive because I can memorize, you know, every single input, basically. But if it's an entire run... oh, man.
I can't even... Like, these dudes... Like, they play the same game over and over again for
the only thing I'd be super worried about is...
of attempts.
Like, THK and Watcher Nights. Oh my god.
There's this guy, Artek or something? On,
Really Peppo split, even though I had...
Was that to pause himself in the air, I guess? But they do this for like thousands of attempts. There's this guy Artek that I have watched.
The problem is that I'd looked up.
I don't typically watch him, but he's a guy with a mustache and a cowboy hat. Does Ninja Gaiden, and he has like tens of thousands of attempts playing Ninja Gaiden. It's like
It would be fun to do, though. I think
that's ridiculous.
It would be very silly but fun.
See, it pushes him back a little bit when he does that. And that's a hell of a skip because I'm pretty sure you need to get... No. You don't get the Monarch wings.
My Geo was pretty low before that. Ooh, that was close to not working.
And I assume he's hitting them just enough to get more...
it's gonna be the first run.
Focus?
Right at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Or soul.
Oh, that guy was in a bad spot.
Yep. Moss Knight. It's incredible how, like, trivial...
I don't know. GDQ likes to end with, like, big runs, I guess. I don't know.
You just mentioned GDQ, so I'm wondering if he's gone. I tried looking for a GDQ run, but YouTube is doing this weird thing where it's like, I search for this, and...
Yeah, me too.
And,
Don't want to end with a Mantis Claw death. Oh god.
But you search for this and YouTube gives you the results. And then after like 4 results, they're like, here's some other things you might like, not what you're looking for. And then another 3-4 things that you asked for.
That's a good point,
and it's like, oh, here's some other stuff that we think you should watch. Right in the, not the face.
Oh god.
And see, even they're not perfect.
Decent fight. Little dumb mistake there, but
occasionally tool-assisted speedruns are really interesting as well. Oh, you're saving and quitting. Well, of course,
P5 at the end kind of makes sense to me too.
To get back to the save point.
Yeah, it's gonna go pretty late.
The Mantis Claw before the Gruzmother?
I'm glad I have this sleep schedule to watch it all.
Hmm. Dreamnail, Chandelier, I don't know what that is. Watcher Knights, and then Hollow Knight.
I took that very safe.
So is he the Watcher Knights? So presumably you have to...
Oh dear.
I mean, I think you have to get all the Dreamers, right? Maybe you don't have to.
Yeah, I feel bad for a lot of the people in Europe who won't be able to watch.
I assume that's cloth? Man. And I assume he's pausing there to... Like, does it reset something? Does it make it so that he doesn't,
I've been failing that recently.
What did he just... What did he... What did he bounce off? The explosion?
In my last run yesterday.
Suggested Hollow Knight speedrun swag strat compilation.
That was a really good pace.
It probably is good. Oh, there's the Mantis Claw. 9 minutes. Less than 10 minutes. This
the problem now is I'm so afraid of messing things up that I play it so safe that I mess up.
How many hours?
Yeah. Unfortunate. Not really a good pace anymore.
To the Gruz mother.
Don't worry, dude. It'll be a good run.
Yeah, I assume he's going to the
Probably,
menu to
maybe.
reset his fall distance or something, because it kind of stops you when you land. But, yeah, crazy.
I'm gonna have to run live split like off of OBS.
That
so
stuff is so...
we'll just say it's a 32 no matter what.
That stuff is just
Thanks, BP
crazy. Hopefully this video turns out okay. I mean, my recording of it.
Bad right now.
I bet there's a speedrun out there for 112% or something. You know, full completion.
Nice.
Oh, and you could tell the artifact is because this is probably a capture or something. I mean, obviously it's a capture, but I meant a capture of the stream. Like, it's probably
Bad
not.
RNG. Oh well. Yeah, they just kind of scatter like that sometimes. There's not a whole lot you can do. I should have... My second VS cast was like a bit too low. That was the only mistake.
So he's going to the.
I don't know how much it would have done because
I assume he took
I couldn't
damage
just
there
hit
on purpose to knock himself to the
the
right.
last 4 of them anyway.
What was the deal with Sly? Someone said he was, quote unquote, daydreaming out there. Oh, and he's taking the death on purpose? Why?
It's okay to mess up the husks because I can just blame all my time loss on RNG.
Oh, really? Oh. That's why he died.
That's the nice thing about having RNG in your speedrun.
And he's using the keyboard? Because it's faster, presumably.
You don't have to take responsibility.
Is he using the keyboard and controller? Well, that's cool. I didn't realize you could do that.
I'm gonna be like plus 15 probably. Oops. That's okay though. I have to be careful if I do that movement to not soft lock here, or hard lock.
So are you getting here...
Hopefully I get the first platform jump.
Like, I don't think...
I know, that was just awful RNG.
What was the point of that?
No, I can never... I never react properly to messing that up.
That's, yeah.
rest of that was good. Yikes.
So I guess the moths...
That was
I know the
RNG
moths
time
worship
also,
the
so
Radiance.
it's okay.
Was it their intention for him to kill the Radiance? Oh yes, the seer. Am I out of coffee already? No, not yet. Soon.
Yep, brain RNG.
Chandelier. What is that?
Actually, it's just random, basically.
Oh, is this the chandelier?
I'm glad someone understands.
I thought it was an elevator, but I guess I was wrong. Or maybe not. Maybe chandelier is something else. This is...
A little bit slow, but...
What is he... What was he going there to get? Probably something to sell to
that was okay.
Rem.
I'm okay with that. I didn't get hit, which is nice.
Oh my god, I wondered if there was something up there.
It opens.
I didn't even realize you could...
Note to bench there.
Can you bounce off all spikes? How the hell are you supposed to figure that out also?
Hey, Armando.
I mean, I guess you just try it.
It really is.
But that's gotta be a... Ah, he's going for the golden one. You can't take it with you.
Just adds that little extra bit of suffering.
What is he buying, though? What is the plan?
Now, Celeste runs have, like, out-of-game RNG.
I mean, I understand he bought the shaman...
If you start getting hand problems, that's kind of RNG.
Something. I think
That's
it's
like the worst kind of RNG.
It's the charm that does more
actually.
damage, right? I think. Does more damage with his spell so he can kill things easier. Because he's probably going to be relying on the soul, not on his nail, since his nail is...
I do agree that the RNG adds a bit to the game, but it also, like, eventually you just know what to do in every situation. Not that we're, like, actually at that point yet, but we're getting there.
The hell? He's in the spire? What? Does that kill all the...
I'm just playing too much. Probably.
Or does that must kill half the Watcher Knights? Or all of them except for the one, maybe? Speedrunning is... I mean, it's kind of funny, right? But it's like, it's almost something that we would do as kids because you get like one game a year, maybe, you know, on Christmas or your birthday or
Why
something.
did he swing?
And usually it's one that was in the discount rack that your parents... Like, you ask for one, but they don't get you that one. They don't get you the one that you want. They get you
Dude,
the
that
one
was
that...
a good split. Holy shit.
They're like, oh, it's passing the discount rack, and this one had a picture of a guy with a gun on the front, and it was half price. And it's, you know, something no one wants, but that's the one you get. And so you just play the one that you have over and over and over again, and eventually you get really good at it.
Only nail damage.
Of course, now I have like hundreds of games in my backlog. And
Now I'm nervous.
and so it's like playing the same game over and over again. I'm just like I feel the opportunity
still
cost,
behind my
you know,
TV,
where I'm
though.
just like
But maybe I shouldn't be nervous.
I'm just like, oh, I could play this game again, or I could play this
Thanks,
other game that I haven't played yet.
It's not even sub 17. Who cares?
Oh, okay, so the Hollow Knight on his splits, that's the last one, but there's others in between. Right, that's like
I'm
the
comparing
final
against some
goal,
of
but the
those
list itself is moving up.
Unless you
So
know
there's
that.
there's more stuff. Because it was Watcher Knights, that was the last one, and then I was like, oh no, oh Lantern and then Hollow Knight, and oh Crystal Heart. So now it's Umu and then Queen's Gardens, and so it's all the Dreamers.
Now the question is, do we do Pogax? Remember what happened last time? That was some sloppy movement. Yeah, I
But-
think we need Pogax
By the way,
to 32 with this run.
I know SGDQ. You know, all this the speedrunning thing. Like it's had,
That was nice.
if you've been paying attention, it's had a
Yes.
lot of controversy.
Oh man, I shouldn't have asked you guys.
Not just lately, but
You guys are
within
just gonna say yes?
within the past couple of years, you know, identity
Where's Axe
politics
when you
have
need
taken
him?
over it, and lots of stuff. I think there was a
Pogax, you can
issue
lose 6
with
seconds
possible
to it. It's when you,
embezzlement
like,
or
go
corruption or
off
something
the
as well.
axe.
But
Dude,
honestly, the speedruns that they have,
it saves 2 seconds.
a lot of them are still pretty good. So,
Like, on average, it saves time.
you know, you don't necessarily
So,
have to
I
support
should go for it.
them, but you can still watch the
But it can
videos
really mess
if you
up your
wish.
run.
Or
Definitely don't.
just, I mean, you could use them to like search for good runs and then skip
so
them
glad you walked
altogether.
right.
Well, no, because then you don't really get the commentary. I was gonna
Not
say you could go
glad
to the
I walked
streamers
right.
directly and watch their runs, kind of like this, but it's not the same. For
We'll
me,
see how I'm
it's
feeling when I get to it.
for me it's the commentary. Not
I don't really know.
part of it is definitely the doing like
If I lose
this.
time beforehand.
But him talking to chat kind of takes away from it, and what really kind of completes everything
Dude,
for
that's
me
after
is the people on the couch where they're
Yeah, I've
like,
gotten God
you know,
Pixel
they're
6 times in a row
speedrunners too, and they're
in
like,
runs.
oh, what he's doing here or what she's doing here is this and this and that,
So
blah
it's
blah blah.
100% guaranteed. My favorite boss is THK, for sure. Alright.
Oh,
we're doing
THK
Pogax.
is the Hollow Knight, and I think Pogex, what he's talking about is an emote, but I don't know. Oh, the lantern. Do you need the lantern though? That was Neryl's complaint, was that he got into Deep Nest, into the dark. I guess most of it's dark and you need the lantern, but he didn't have it, so he was in for a rough time. Right, the infection's already spreading. Man, and those things are crazy.
Yo, Bagel.
Oh, yeah, I think this door doesn't open, or there's no coin slot
know, dude.
if you don't have the lantern. So you can't even get into the
See?
crystal mine, or
It's
crystal
not even
peak.
a run yet. It's not a run until after Queen's Gardens acid skip.
Queen's Gardens, and there's a skip? Is that what he said?
I was so scared.
That was crazy.
That was Pogax.
Like he freaking, they threw a thing and he freaking bounced off of it. Little
The streak.
damage
Streak is
boost.
dead.
Takes damage so that it knocks him in a way that he wants to go, and then lets him bypass something, basically. Okay, where is... Oof. Little headache. Where is this?
Yo, Pete.
Ah, so he's going straight for the Crystal Heart. Well, I guess he doesn't need to... I mean, he... That's crazy, dude. I assume shooting Vengeful Spirit, like, resets the Mothwing Cloak cooldown. Holy crap.
2 strats at once, dude. Jeez. I usually do the turnaround, so that, like, dash.
I mean, it also...
Spot would
I mean,
work,
it makes
but
sense why it says consumed the Crystal Heart
Just
or whatever, you
barely
know,
missed
because...
It's an okay time for the
Because you're
overall
a
split.
void.
Not too bad. I'm happy with it.
Umu, Queen's Gardens, Trap Bench, The Beast, and... Oh, there's Tiso. I never... Oh, and... The sign is mended. So where I am now, for myself, is I still have not replayed Hollow Knight. I'm going to, on my own. And I haven't played any of the DLC or anything. The last video, because this is... I'm going to stick this into the Hollow Knight playlist after the lore videos. I've just... Wow. I've, yeah, because he doesn't have Isma's tear, right? So he still can't fall into the acid. But, you know, basically, in my Hollow Knight pursuits, I have just fought... Or, not just fought, I haven't done anything else with the game. I watched the lore video, and that was it. You know. And so someone's like, hey, you should watch the, So does he have to fight him without Quirrell? Did I even have the Crystal Heart at this point? Oh. No. It assumes you've already met Quirrell, I guess. Was that deliberate, taking the hit like that? But yeah, I haven't,
Wow.
I haven't done anything else
Why not?
with the game since the lore videos, so...
Shit RNG.
So he didn't mean to take all that damage, necessarily. Dude. Yeah, the skill... The skill is crazy.
Probably killed the 32 pace.
Alright, so now I am out of coffee. It's... Why do I always drink alcohol and coffee together? I don't know, because I'm a crazy person. Because I want my heart to explode inside my chest, I guess. I don't know. So, it's also interesting to note, the Dreamers... It's either... The dream... I don't know what the dream is. But it's similar to... They must be kept there, like... it's like in their soul or something like that, because it's the same type of area that the Radiance is in. But in the Radiance's area, it's day. I mean, obviously, because the Radiance is the sun. Sort of. But in the areas of the Dreamers, it appears to be either dusk or twilight or something. Like the sun is down, but the light has not disappeared, which is really interesting. Like it's clear the devs put like just so much thought into all this stuff. Oh my god. I imagine that's like nearly maybe not frame perfect, but pretty damn close. Yeah, this blows my mind. Just this level of, you know. And I assume this is what he was talking about earlier, where he's like, oh, you know, the RNG of the flying mantises that appear and blah, blah, blah. That was deliberate? Because it shifts him to somewhere else? This is crazy. I mean, just watching all this, like, I don't even know how to react. Hopefully this is a good video, but it's like, I kind of feel like my reactions are just like, I have no reaction because I don't know how to process any of this. You know what I mean? Like, this is, like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, yep, there's that guy doing all this cool stuff. It's like,
Jesus Christ.
It's like, yep. It's amazing. I didn't even know you could do this. Like, I'm just like, you know? Like, I would definitely not be able to use my controller with this, because my controller is, you know, the dead zones. And I wonder, like, I know there's controllers that speedrunners use, like expensive ones that are like hundreds of dollars, whereas I buy my stupid, you know, the Xbox 360 controller that I'm using until it completely falls apart with its like dead zones and other stuff, and how it randomly turns me into face the wrong direction. And then on the recommendation of, I don't know who. Sorry, man, I forget people's names. Like when I only had 3 people commenting on my stuff, like when I first started this, I remembered, but now I can't remember. Like, was it this person that said it? Was that person? I don't know. Plus, I'm terrible with names anyway. Even like faces I remember, but names I'm just like, what was your name again? One dude that I went to college with, I called him the wrong name for a year, until finally he was like, why do you call me? I don't even remember what it was. It was either Steve or Paul. And he was like, fuck you. He was like, Jesus. Why do you call me Steve? I'm like, that's your name. He's like, and I'd known him for a year, and he's like, no, my name's Paul. I was like, oh.
I didn't even really fuck up.
Whoops. Yeah, you know. So, yeah, if I get your name wrong, I apologize. It's not my intent. I'm socially retarded, as well as probably regular retarded. You know, it's like
Didn't mess up that badly, but had really bad RNG. I'll try not to die, Emre, but...
Now, I actually wonder if the background changes, because it looks like the sun is either setting or rising in the background,
playing like that,
which would be the Radiance. It's like the hint of things to come, but
yeah, it was just someone 32 pace.
Anyway, someone was like, "Hey, you know, you may as well buy cheap controllers because the thumbsticks are going to break over time anyway." And you can either buy $100 one or a $200 one that'll still break after about the same amount of use.
First run of the day,
or a cheap ass one that you replace after after a few hundred hours. You get maybe a couple hundred hours out of the cheap one, or you buy the expensive one, which is like 10 times as much. That maybe doubles the amount of hours that you get out of Thumbsticks. I don't know. So I'm like, that's fair. Let me get the Logitech one. I still haven't used it. I'm waiting for this one to completely fall apart. But I have it.
At least this is a free PB. Yo, Viz. Oh, and hey, Zero. Mareward. Don't you dare say that, dude.
All right, well.
Infinite load time.
Man, I'm blown away, honestly. He's at 30 minutes. Less than half of one of my videos, and he's already... But I can't even imagine how many thousands of hours this dude's put in. And this is any ending, right? Like, it's not... He doesn't have to fight the Radiants. He just has to beat Hollow Knight.
Not too bad.
That's so creepy. It's like it's being picked up and slammed against the ground. And I mean, this would be the point where Hornet would come in.
Nice. Good fight.
Or just about.
I started so late there.
Oh, is he focusing already?
Hey, Meg. That was a good run.
Timer's still going,
Hey,
though.
boss.
When do you...
Nice. 10-second PB.
Oh, I see when it...
Exactly how much time I lost in Crystal Peaks last PB.
That's crazy. Well...
No, that's not my PB.
I guess, I mean, that's good. I guess that's good. We could watch the rest of the video. It's just the credits, basically, right?
Yeah.
So...
run.
Yeah, it's crazy to me that you just get to this point. You know what I mean? Like that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous to me. I'm gonna adjust my camera up here. Can I? Oh, there we go. There's me once again. All right, joy. Wow. Yeah, I don't even know what to think about that stuff aside from just how crazy a lot of that stuff is. And also he's using keyboard and controller at the same time, which is kind of ridiculous. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, and some of those, like the Crystal Heart or whatever you call them, the Crystal Heart things, the Rocket Dash, crystal dashes, whatever, I don't know, where he's doing it like right above the acid. Like, that's ridiculous. And I mean, surely the devs knew that you could do that. Kind of reminds me, like, here's the dumb thing, right? Because Retro Studios, the guys that did the Metroid Prime games, like, people knew that it was a Metroid thing to speedrun. Like, that's where speedruns came from, was Metroid originally, because the faster you beat the game, you got the best ending under a certain time for the original Metroid. So I mean, Metroid, strangely, Metroid started speedrunning. But then Retro Studios, when they did the Prime games, more specifically when they did Metroid Prime 2, they tried to like take that out. They tried to block sequence breaking as much as possible, which is like, why? Why would you do that? Let the pros do that stuff. You know, that adds replayability to your game, right? I mean, I don't know. Especially when you hear the stories about how, like, they wanted to do some crazy stuff, you know, and then Sakaguchi, I think it was Sakaguchi, was the one that was like, no, you got to do it this way, which that just blows my mind, because Sakaguchi was like, he was responsible for Metroid Other M, and he didn't know that Samus's gravity suit was purple. Like, he thought her suit was orange the whole time. So when they had the gravity suit, he's like, why is it purple? It's like, what? So I don't know. It's like two retards fighting, and then somehow, oh my god, he said the R word. Yes, I said it. Who cares? Like, they're fighting, and somehow we get a good game out of it. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, it was okay. I wouldn't call it good necessarily, but it just kind of shows you like how much of game development is just maybe pure luck, you know, which is why, honestly, I'm like, Hollow Knight devs, take your time with Silksong. You know, I mean, seriously, if they're like, if that's what they want to do, that's how Blizzard used to be. Blizzard used to be, they're like, we'll release the game when it's done, and gamers were like, okay, right? Because we knew Blizzard would release a good game. How many games did it take at that point? Technically, well, no, I was gonna say Diablo, but there was Warcraft 1 and 2 and 3, I think, at that point. And then there was Diablo 1. There was Hellfire, the expansion, but that wasn't made by Blizzard. That was made by someone else. Still fun. I thought so, anyway. Then there was StarCraft Brood War, which was also, it was an expansion, but it was like a whole game in itself. And did I say Diablo 2? No. And so you had all of those games, and people were like, okay, we'll wait for the next one. No problem. They're like, hey, we got to push it back because it's not ready yet. And we're like, all right, well, that's cool. That's why Blizzard fans are so hardcore devoted. But then they got bought by Activision, and, well, you know what happened. The heart got ripped out, and they got skinned, and now Activision is wearing their skin as something. And then now there's a bunch of identity politics activists that work there as well, apparently. And yeah, it's just a freaking mess. And so that's why I think we're sort of deep into the weeds here, a little tangent, but that's why I think indie devs are going to be the next revival of gaming. I suspect there's going to be a crash, at least I hope so. And then it's entirely possible that Team Cherry might be one of the lead you know, people to come out of the ashes, you know. I was really hoping Unknown Worlds would be as well, but well, I mean, ironically, they were infested as well. And this is what I think is so hilarious. I know we're off into the weeds, but I'm gonna dial it back and get back. Unknown Worlds made a big deal about like putting, you know, the identity politics and activism into their games and stuff. And then when they didn't, I don't know if they went bankrupt, but for some reason they had to sell the company after all their political BS. So who do they sell it to? The Chinese, who have freaking concentration camps that despise you know, LGBTQ plus P, whatever it is now, people. They despise them. Hey, Jack. They hate black people. They hate basically anyone but ethnic Chinese. And so Unknown Worlds drives their company into the ground because of politics. And then the minute it doesn't work out for them, they abandon their politics in favor of money. Like, right? That's just, I mean, that's how it goes. So yeah, Unknown Worlds is now owned by the Chinese. So will we have another Subnautica game? Probably. But who knows? Who knows? Will it be good? It'll probably be mobile. I mean, you know what I mean? Probably be full of microtransactions and stuff. But you never know. I mean, you never know. It might be decent. But yeah, it's kind of funny. So yeah, Team Cherry, take your time with Silksong. Actually have a reasonable amount of faith in them based on the fact they must have known you could do this stuff, right? Or maybe not. I mean, there's videos of devs reacting to speedruns of their own games. So who knows? Who knows? You know what I'm saying, my cat? But yeah, this was good. This was good. Thanks for recommending this. I appreciate it. Even though I can't remember anybody's name at this point. I see your avatar and I'm like, that's the guy. That's the one. But yeah, this was fun. Man, I don't even know how many attempts. You know, even if you get to this point, how many attempts it still takes. You know what I mean? Like the Ninja Gaiden Artek or whatever, that dude taking he could beat the original Ninja Gaiden for Nintendo in like 10 minutes, 12 minutes, something like that. Let's say 10 for easy math. He's done over 10,000 attempts, 10,000 runs. You're talking, and 10 minutes is like his best time, right? So let's say each is 10 minutes. You're talking, what is that? 100,000 minutes? Divide that by 6. Is that 15,000 hours? Roughly. My math is not great, but it's probably something like that. Probably 15,000 hours, give or take. I don't even know. It just blows my mind. I could, you know, I can't even get through like some games that are like, you know, Persona 5, 100 hours, and I'm bored. Although, to be fair, you know, a lot of people think Persona 5 is the most amazing game ever. I'd played 3 and 4 and 1, and I was like, it's pulling what, you know, I was like, oh, this thing that it did, 3 already did that, and 3 did it better. Oh, it did this. Oh, 4 already did that, and 4 did it better. It's like it looks nice. It's flashy. It's stylish, but whatever. But Yeah, thanks for the suggestion. Speedruns, especially glitchless ones, are awesome. This was awesome. This was just like, it blows me away, right, Jack? It's just crazy. It's just crazy. But yeah, thank you guys so much for your time and attention. Really do appreciate it. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoy my rambling. Hopefully, you know, hopefully this was a decent video. I don't know. We'll put it up as like a bonus. I'm not gonna put it as like a main video. But we'll see. If you want me to do more stuff, let me know. I may or may not. Depends on my schedule. It depends on what else I'm playing at the moment. I'm playing Unworthy, which if you like Hollow Knight, Unworthy seems pretty decent. It's a Souls-like. It's a side scroller, very retro style, but seems to have. It's very similar to like a side scrolling Dark Souls. So, and it's pretty fun. It is a lot more slow paced, so it reminds me a lot more of like the original Castlevania, where you really have to plan your moves and stuff. But yeah, you could check that out. You could check out either my play of it or the game itself. But I'm having a great time, so I'd recommend the game at this point. Yeah. Questions, comments, concerns, good, bad, or different, let me hear them. I read all of them, provided YouTube and BitChute tell me about them and don't delete them. I have no control over that, even though I tell them not to delete stuff. It's not up to me, though. I won't do a unique puzzle moment because this is going to be like an extra episode somewhere. Probably Friday. This Friday, next Friday, something like that. But yeah. Hope to see you guys next time. Till then, guys, take care.